All right, let's get right into this one because it's a wild ride. We're going to talk about a piece of software you probably use every single day. I mean, you might even be using it to watch this right now. But this isn't a story about some new feature. Nope. This is about an offer so big, so audacious, it sounds like it was ripped straight from a Hollywood script. $34.5 billion. And get this, all cash. Just let that number hang in the air for a second. It is a staggering amount of money. But what's even crazier is who made the offer and what they're trying to buy. So, what on earth could possibly be worth that much in an offer that came completely out of the blue? We're not talking about a social media app or some hot new gaming studio. The target here is something way more fundamental to how we all live our lives online. That's right, Google Chrome, the gateway to the internet for more than 3 billion people. Someone made an offer to just buy it, a product that isn't even for sale. And this right here is where the story starts to get really, really interesting. So, who in their right mind has the nerve to make a multi-billion-dollar offer to one of the biggest companies on the planet for its crown jewel? Well, it's a classic David versus Goliath story, but for the tech world. The company making the bid is Perplexity AI. You might have heard of them. They're an AI-powered search company, which makes them a direct competitor to Google's main business. They call themselves an answer engine, and the whole thing is led by co-founder Aravind Srinivas. Okay, let's just put this all together again, because it's just nuts. An unsolicited $34.5 billion cash offer for a product that's not for sale, used by literally billions of people. The scale is just, wow. So you've got to be asking yourself, why? Why do this now? Well, this move isn't happening in a vacuum. There is a massive legal storm brewing in the background, and it provides the perfect context for this seemingly insane offer. See, this is all going down while Google is under immense pressure. The U.S. Department of Justice is in the middle of a huge antitrust case, accusing Google of being an illegal monopoly in the search market. And that lawsuit, well, it's the key to understanding everything. As part of that lawsuit, the government has suggested a pretty extreme solution to break up Google's power, force them to sell Chrome. The logic is, if you separate the browser from the search engine, you open the door for more competition. And a final decision on whether that happens could be coming down any day now. So with that legal fight going on, the offer starts to make a little bit of sense, right? Perplexity is basically saying, hey, if the court makes you sell, we're ready to buy. But that's when you look at the numbers behind Perplexity itself, and the logic just kind of falls apart. Just look at this. Perplexity as a company is valued at around $18 billion. But their offer for Chrome is nearly double the value of their entire company, which raises a pretty big question. Where are you going to get the money? Yeah, this is a massive, massive long shot. To date, Perplexity has raised a little over $1 billion from huge names like Jeff Bezos and NVIDIA. Now, $1 billion is a ton of money, but it is a tiny little drop in the bucket compared to the $34.5 billion they're offering. The math just ain't mathin'. So this brings us to the real heart of the matter. Is this some kind of genius 4D chess business move to capitalize on Google's legal problems? Or is it something else entirely? Maybe the most elaborate, expensive PR stunt in tech history? Now, officially, Perplexity is playing it very straight. In their public letter, they talk about how their offer is all about serving the public interest and helping solve the government's antitrust problem. It sounds very formal, very serious. But then, you have the reality check. Here's Nilay Patel from The Verge just cutting right through it all. His take is simple. Come on, can we just be honest? It's a stunt. And you know what? There's some pretty compelling evidence that he's right. Just think about this for a second. In its offer, Perplexity promises it would keep Google as the default search engine in Chrome. But Perplexity's whole reason for existing is to beat Google at search. Why would you buy the world's largest distribution pipeline just to promote your #1 competitor? It makes absolutely no sense. Which leads us to the most likely answer here. The real goal isn't actually owning Chrome. It's getting all of us to talk about Perplexity. This bid generates a tidal wave of headlines, it gets people to download their apps, and it shows investors they're aggressive. And, most importantly, it shines a huge spotlight on their own brand new browser called Comet. So let's zoom out for a minute, because this whole crazy story is really just one battle in a much, much bigger war that's heating up. We are officially entering a new era of the browser wars, and this time it's all about AI. So why are browsers suddenly the new battlefield? Because your browser has a front row seat to your entire digital life. It sees everything. And for an AI company trying to build the smartest systems, that stream of data isn't just data. It is pure gold. It's the fuel that makes their AI run. And you can see this strategy playing out everywhere. Every single major player is pairing their AI with a browser. Google has Chrome and Gemini. Perplexity has Comet. OpenAI is reportedly building one for ChatGPT, and Apple is baking Apple Intelligence right into Safari. The mission is clear. Control the browser, and you control the main door to the future of AI. So what started out as this unbelievable, almost funny offer is actually a sign of a massive shift happening under our feet. This isn't just Perplexity versus Google. It's about the future of how we all get information. And it leaves all of us with one really crucial question to think about. As AI gets woven into everything, who do you want to own your window to the internet?